So you should be getting here you should get 1043 point. I'm getting to 9. Now that's at 5%. You get 1043.29, which is below the 1079. So you need to now go lower to see whether you can get something below that number. So here, if you try this number, you would get exactly you should get 1089.03. So now you notice these new numbers. What's the issue about these two numbers? One number is above the current 1079.68, one number is below. That's what you're trying to aim for. You get that too, then you can kind of figure out the gross redemption yield. The gross redemption yield is going to be, well, the yield is going to be well, we use the lower rate, 4% plus 1089.03 minus 1079.68 over I get about 1043.29, and you should get 4.2%. Okay, that would be the gross redemption yield. So once you got the gross redemption yield for this question, then you can do bond 1 valuation. So now you have the bond 1 valuation. And you'll be wondering, why am I not using an annuity for this? But there's a reason for this. So the PV is going to be that's going to be 57.58 plus 55.26 plus 53.03 plus 50.90 plus 862.91. That should give you a total of 1079.68. So that's correct valuation, you just matched it. Okay, that's the gross dividend yield. which is the same as the market price, isn't it? So now you can kind of calculate the duration. It's going to be, well, it's going to be 57.58 times 1. Then you got plus 55.26 times 2 plus 3 plus 4 Let me get this. You should get 4.49 years. Okay, that's the Macaulay duration. So they already said that bond 2 has the same kind of gross redemption yield, which kind of means now you can calculate the Macaulay duration for bond 2. Bond 2 PV of cash flow, and this one, the cash flow, remember the gross redemption yield is the same, but here is going to be 40 because it's the coupon is 40 times 1.042. So what do you get? The PV is going to be well, that's the value of this, that kind of bond at that date. So now you can calculate the duration. What do you get? You get 4.63 years. Okay, so that's basically the calculation of the duration. So the next part is basically discuss usefulness of duration to measure sensitivity of bond price to changes in interest rate. Well, If you look at the question, usefulness of duration to measure sensitivity of bond price to changes in interest rate. So here we talk about sensitivity first. You can write the answer when we talk about bond prices dependent on redemption dates. Sensitivity to interest rates is dependent on redemption rate. Okay. Well, longer tenure, higher sensitivity. We're talking about duration. This basically looks at average time taken for the bond to pay back its principal. Higher coupon rates mature faster. It can be used to assess change in a value of bond. Change in value of bond So this is where you have to look back at the formula that we use. See, if the interest rate is kind of fixed, that's the interest rate there. You can see the interest rate is kind of fixed. And the duration is fixed, then we can kind of work out the price that you're going to get. Because the price is somewhere here. Can you see this? 9.91. For example, over here, 1.079 is fixed. So you got these numbers. These numbers are coming with the interest rate, and if these numbers are fixed, so have a look at this number. Have a look at these numbers here. If these numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are influenced by interest rate, and it's fixed, and if the interest rate changes, assuming this is the same, then the factor that changes is going to be the price. So you can estimate the price change using this formula if the interest rate changes. So how do you do that? Well, you can say the change in interest, the change in price is going to be, well, you're going to work out this one as so P is your price, D is your duration, and I is your interest yield. Okay? But there's a problem with this model. This model has an issue with the reliability. So I'm just going to ask about the reliability. We still have to talk about discussion. So how useful is it? Well, its usefulness is kind of affected in terms of its reliability. Reliability well, so it's a curvilinear. So because of this, its usability to small changes. So you need to know why this happens. Okay? And there is no change in done. That's how you would have hit that question. Does it make sense? Clear? Not clear? Okay, that basically covers the question related to GNT. So GNT done. Right, we're going to look at some questions relating to cost of capital, financing questions, cost of capital and financing. Okay. And one of the questions we're going to look at is called GNT. Now, GNT is about a company that's raising some kind of, it's not a very complex company. It's just a company question. It's about 17 marks, okay? And you should be able to find it in your revision kit. If you don't have it, don't worry, just tell Mr. Kumar and he will get it uploaded for you in the Google Drive, alright? Okay, so anyway, we have this question called GNT, and this question, have a read about it first. What is it asking you to do? Well, this question is all about you looking at Macaulay durations of two bonds of GNT as considered for investment. Okay, so we're looking at this idea called Macaulay durations, which is something that might come out this time. Okay, now GNT Co is considering an investment in one of two corporate bonds. Both bonds have a par value of 1,000 and pay a coupon and interest on an annual basis. The market price for the first bond is 1,079 and the coupon rate is 6%. It's due to be redeemed in 5 years' time. So 6% coupon rate, $1,000 face value. The second bond is about to be issued with a coupon rate of 4%, will be redeemable in 5 years' time. Both bonds expect to have the same gross redemption yield to maturity. Okay. GNT Co is considering a duration of the bonds to be a key factor when deciding. Here's looking at durations. Okay. Estimate the Macaulay durations of the two bonds GNT is considering to invest. So if you're going to look at bonds and you're going to estimate Macaulay durations, well, you need to figure out a few things. Okay, let's go to one by one. Okay, the first thing you need to do is let's work out the issues. Number one, you're going to calculate duration. Okay, you need to figure out the PV of annual cash flows. PV of annual cash flows. And then the price. The price it is trading at. And you need to use the gross redemption yield to figure out. This should be PV. This PV. The annual cash flow should be done, the PV is done at the okay, so the gross redemption yield is something that you need to work out. Okay, let's look at the gross redemption yield. To find out the gross redemption yield, well, what is the gross redemption yield? Well, that's basically the total yield you're going to get from this bond. If you buy this bond, what's the yield you're going to get over time? So let's look at this part and figure out the cash flows using this. This is going to be kind of like a guesswork. It's going to be guessed using trial and error. So you have to understand what's the gross redemption yield. That's basically the yield of holding this bond. Okay, let's look at 5%. So what do you get at 5%? So if you get 5%, this is what you're going to get in terms of gross redemption yield. Well, let me just calculate the cash flow for the first bond. So we'll do the bond and see what's going on. So you got 6%, $60 for how many years? You got for 5 years. So I'm going to use an annuity factor there. So 1 minus 1.05. You're going to get $1,000. Okay, so you can get the value here. Then you try 4%. Well, you have to try to get these two numbers, and I'll tell you why we're trying this 4 and 5% in a short while. Just calculate it and see what you get. Let me go get my calculator.